Becoming aware of one's destiny can happen in many ways.
Some people have always known what they were born to do in this life.
For others, it's revealed more gradually through life's experiences, the ups and downs which have brought their destiny into focus.
Regardless of when it comes to us, in an instant or over time.
Most of us who come to this place feel a calling.
A calling that pushes us to give a little more, dig a little deeper, and work a little harder.
Until at last we arrive here, at the door of MUSC, in a career in medicine.
I've watched our school, I've watched the field of medical education change, but I've especially been eager and curious about this school. And having been a student here myself, I've just been intrigued with the progress we have made. First, let me say that the students today, I think, are just terrific. Occasionally one of my peer mates, who's a doctor somewhere, said to me, "I don't believe good students who choose medicine today, it's just too tough." And I said, "Well, you're wrong. They're not listening to you because we're getting better students than we ever have."
I reinforce the idea that there's no greater profession, in my view, than medicine. It comes back to being able to help your fellow man. It's the most wonderful thing in the world.
When I came through medical school, there were 4 antibiotics. Now there must be 1,000. Tuition was $400 a year. So we didn't borrow money. I don't even think there was such a thing as student loans. I don't know when student loans came across, but I don't remember student loans back then, and I doubt if they even exist. Money wasn't an issue. Now money is an enormous issue, but it wasn't then. But our students, if I'm correct, roughly when they graduate, the average debt is $180,000 for in-state students. So we need more scholarship money without any question, and we're, compared to other schools, we're on the very low side. We have students frequently that call and said, "I've been offered a full scholarship to another medical school, but I really want to come to MUSC. Can I get a scholarship?" And we have to tell them we can't give them a full scholarship. We just don't have it available. That's common phone calls.
There's no question that today's students are, on average, are graduating with debt that would have been inconceivable when we were medical students. And this is a combination of college as well as medical school, cost of living in Charleston, you just name it, and everything is far higher than it was when we were all students.
Students are better than ever. Now, the problem they face now is that it's a huge cost to come to medical school. My tuition was, I think, $300 twice a year, and today it's in the thousands, up close to $40,000 a year, or more even. And the paying back becomes burdensome, and it guides graduates, doctors, it guides them in their career choice. That is someone who's going to be a pediatrician, not one of the heavily compensated medical practices. Is that person going to go to a rural area and do pediatrics in an underserved area? If they owe $250,000 in debt and they have to pay it back.
I think in assisting today's students by giving scholarship aid, this is one of the wonderful things that today's doctors can do for the next generation of physicians. It would relieve some of the stress that is always present in medical school. It will make them better doctors, and ultimately it will help them learn because their minds are less cluttered with worry, and it will help them certainly decide what profession, which one of the multiple subspecialties they choose to go into. They can actually have the ability to go into one that may not be as remunerative, because they don't have such large debts. It is my sincerest hope that we are successful with this scholarship campaign, because I think it will allow us to open the doors to many of the different people who otherwise can't get in, not because of their ability, not because of their potential, but because simply they don't have the money.
Most physicians and most people out in the field who watch medicine and have watched medicine know that scholarship support for doctors to be is crucial in their pathway to success and their pathway to providing help to their patients. I believe that's a fact. For the most part, doctors are pretty generous when it comes to things like scholarships, and it comes to things like keeping medicine strong, perpetuating the terrific young people that are going into medicine. We want to keep it that way.
It's absolutely incredible even to think that, they graduated in 1953, and so for almost 60 years now they have been putting money into this incredible account to one day help, people like me get this incredible education.
If I could say anything to the donors and the benefactors who made my scholarship possible, I would just say thank you so much, because you have made it possible for me to focus on school and focus on what's really important and becoming just the best possible version of the doctor I will be.